Alrighty guys, I have the bolts undone to the steering column. It actually wasn't all that hard at all. This is the steering angle. That is way too aggressive for what I'm comfortable with, because that's going to cause a hell of a lot of bump steer. So I'm going to have to figure something out. I might end up torching this steering arm coming off the box and torching it and bending it back straight. Take this piece of angle iron. This is actually homemade farm equipment crap that came on this truck. It had an old school aviation brake booster on it when I bought the truck. I don't know, 9 years ago or 8 years ago, whatever. But this is 2.5 inches. So this is perfect for the vertical section. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it down long ways to 1.5 inches. So, and then I'm gonna get some round stock for the 2 bolt holes going through and weld round stock to it there and there so it'll support the bolt holes. And I actually got inspiration for this from a guy on a forum. I'll show the picture here, but I definitely won't be making it as pretty as him, but it will be done. All right, so I measured this. It's about 6 inches that I need here. So I got out my permanent marker and I marked how long it's going to be. So this is going to be the upright where the bolt holes go through on the side, and I'm going to measure this out. I think I said 1.5 inches. So it'll be there, and to the edge will be my bracket. All right, so I've got the bracket mounted in place just for a mock fit, and I kind of like how it looks. It's going to space the whole thing out 1.5 inches. I'm going to have to weld another little extension onto this. I forgot to take this into account, but I'd rather have it be short here so I can at least get some access to the side of this. And I'm gonna do a couple welds across the top, whatever I can reach with this still in the way. I really don't want to pull that from the car. All right, I've got the plate welded in. Doesn't look too bad. It's nice and flush with the deck, with the frame. I'm gonna have to wire wheel that off before I paint it, but I want to make sure I get a good coat of paint on this, and we will go from there. I'm gonna take my bolts out and mock this in place. I've got it mounted as the first mock-up. Doesn't look too bad. It actually lined up pretty well, so I did something right for once. But that's what it looks like on the inside. You can see where the welds got hot. I'll clean it up and paint it, but doesn't look too bad. With the help of my dad, I've had a great revelation that instead of trying to make the frame come to the bolt, I made the bolt come to the frame. Okay, maybe I cut it a little much, but that's the idea. I'm just gonna weld that on the side of the frame, and then that'll bolt down just like that, instead of trying to make a whole other bracket and all kinds of craziness like that. I ended up cutting, these bolts are actually from my 54 Chevy, so they've just been sitting around and I put one to use. All right, I've got that welded up, and there's my 3rd bolt. I didn't do the 4th bolt because, well, I didn't drill that, and I really don't have the desire to take this all apart to drill that, so we'll see if 3 bolts can do it. All right, guys, I've got the old 6-cylinder pushed out of the way and the starter stripped off of it, ready to go onto this 8-cylinder, but I'm getting ready to take it off the stand. I threw on a quick set of valve covers that I had. I actually picked these up on Facebook for free. These are regular length, regular size, and these I also got for free. They're tall height for other style rockers, but I didn't have tall rockers, so I'm just gonna run the short ones. I'm gonna hook it up to the crane, and that's the reason why I left these lift points on here. I think maybe once I have it in the car or in the truck, I'll take these out. I'm not sure yet, but I want it to be able to easy pick and pull. Alrighty, so you can see in the video, what I've done is filled the pilot bearing full of grease as much as I can, and a lot of guys use pullers and other weird things to do. All I do is a bolt with tape on it close to the diameter of that and a hammer. Alrighty, got my bolt hole filled. Too much is slipping past it, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I just need to give it a good enough whack. It's definitely coming, but it's still fighting me a little bit. You can see it's farther out. I'm going to fill it with some more grease. You can hear the air escaping. There it is. Just like that, guys. It's really easy. All right, I've got I've got everything installed. Flywheel, clutch, pressure plate. I did install the clutch the right way, fun fact. Also, because I'm a hoarder, I saved this from when I built the truck 3 years ago. So that was sitting in a bucket somewhere, and I found it, believe it or not. So I was able to actually align the clutch the way it should be. So hopefully that thing goes right on here. Okay, I have the whole engine raised up off of the ground now. It's on a block of wood. It's kind of sitting precariously, but that's just the way I do things apparently. Everything I do is sketchy. All right. Come on, buddy. Now kiss, please. Oh boy, don't spin. Don't spin. Okay. That bolt bottom out. Yes, it did. Oh. Dang it. These bolts are shorter than the 6-cylinder. You know what I didn't take into consideration, guys? On the 6-cylinder, the engine's only here. So that whole bell housing flange is open on the backside. These are too long because, well, there's an engine there.
Well, cool him.
This is grade 8 hardware. I could use grade 5. I'd like to not do that. Oh, there's a rabbit. There's a rabbit under my truck, guys. What are you doing there, you little bastard? I hope you didn't drink the antifreeze bucket. Look at this, guys. There's a little rabbit. Oh, wrong way. What are you doing under my truck there, buddy? Huh? I see you. You weirdo. Get away from my truck. So I'm taking a quick jump from the bell housing bolts to the water pump because I'd like to get this on and the Permatex drying while I'm working on other projects. So I already wire wheeled one bolt down. I'm just going to reuse what was in it. So I'm going to go ahead and make the other ones look just like that. And all right, so those are wire wheeled down. Unfortunately, this one is a little too far gone for my liking to put back in this motor. I don't want to snap bolts off in the block. I really prefer not to do that. So I realize these are grade 5 bolts. I have a whole bin of grade 5 stuff, so I'm just going to replace that one. Not a big deal, but I'm going to get ready to put this Alrighty, so the engine is in the truck. The mounts, it's not bolted down at all. It's kind of just sitting there by gravity, but the transmission is in where it originally was. I was a little worried about the distributor clearance because there is none. So that's going to be great putting a cap on it, but I had to massage the firewall a little bit. But it is what it is. I think I can still get this valve cover off if I need to. This one, obviously, I can, no problem. But as long as I can get my cap on here and get this valve cover off for service if I need to, I'm golden. That's all I really care about. But engine is loosely in, sitting on its own.